Hi, this is a 3 Series BMW and I'm going to explain why it makes a great mutt wagon. Otto, come on. Come in here. It's all right. So here we are. This is an E90 BMW. It's a slightly older car, about 8 years old now, but the features on this are very similar to the newer model, the F30, and I assume will be quite similar to the G20 when the estate version of that comes out. So I'm going to explain some of the key features why I think this makes a great mutt wagon. The first is the hinge glass on the back. This is really good. It makes access into the back to see to the dog really easily. So if you need to feed him or give him some water at a service station or roadside, that is very useful. Now Otto, he needs a lot of ventilation. He gets a bit panty in the back. So this is really good. This is ventilation control, so you can have cold air coming into the back whilst you have hot air going into the front. So that is quite useful. Again, on ventilation, we have controllers here for the rear windows, so you can drop those down and get some air into the back for the hund. And the other thing that is really good is the cargo cover. It's got a built-in net, so that allows you to keep the dog in control, keep a bit of separation from the area in the back. And that hooks up onto these bits here. So that is a really good safety device, really useful in an accident, stops the dog flying through. And then, as with all BMWs, the build quality is really good. The materials are fantastic and hard wearing. So the fabric, it really doesn't have too much dog hair attached to it. All the plastics, all the trim are really durable. And you know, that's a real trademark of a BMW and you know, some of the higher quality cars. One of the things as well is being an estate, thank you Otto, it's much lower to get in, as timely demonstrated by the dog. A lot of the SUVs tend to be a bit higher. Otto is a bit fussy jumping in and out of cars. Now and again you do have to lift him up. So anything higher I think would be a bit of a strain, and he may not be so enthusiastic. So for me, an estate is great. And this boot is an okay size for him. It's got some useful compartments for bowls and water. So I think this makes a really great dog car. There are a few things that are niggles. I think with most estates now, the roof profile is quite sloped, and that means that the headroom in the back is fairly limited. If do you want to sit down? You sit down. You gonna sit? As you can see, his head height is a little bit above the roof line there, which isn't great. But he's fine on long journeys. The other thing you'll notice is this takes up a hell of a lot of room, and I normally have this removed. If you do want to create a separation, you can get a metal guard that connects into the points on the top, and that's quite useful. But that is a bit of a nuisance and does limit the back room. The other thing is with the M Sport suspension, it is a little bit on the stiff side, so the ride is a little bit firm. And also the boot with the glass, mind your head, this is quite heavy because it's got the glass section in the top and the extra hinge mechanism that comes with it. It is a bit heavy to close, but some of the newer cars do have the powered boot. Typical of BMW, there's lots of options that you can select on these. Now that can increase the car considerably if you're buying new, But if you're buying second-hand, then there's some really useful features to look out for. The tinted windows on this are excellent for the dog, just reduces the sun glare. We also have climate control, so that means you can set the temperature to a constant. So on a summer's day, keep all the windows up, and that will help cool the car down. I think the seats in these, the leather seats, it's not the full Napa leather, which is an option, but this is the pleather, as I call it, and this is really durable. If there's any spillages or dog slobber, then it really does it does wear really well, and you can just wipe things down with a cloth. So yeah, you know, there are some useful features to look out for. As I say, a lot of these things are very common in the older models. I've had an E46 model before this, and that was a great car. This is the newer E90, and the F30 is a slightly bigger car, and carries a lot of these features as well. And our model here is it's a 3-litre diesel, which is a great car. I think having an extra poke on long distance when you're fully loaded in the back is really useful to have. But yeah, it's been a fantastic car, typical BMW, fantastic to drive. It is rear-wheel drive, which is a bit of a nuisance in the winter. Only once have I got stuck, and I would look at a 4-wheel drive option, I think, in the future. And again, the newer models are 4-wheel drive, or you can get models with 4-wheel drive. So yeah, hopefully that's been a useful guide. I think Otto's slightly distracted by other things at the moment, but yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, then please subscribe. We will be doing more videos on cars. We have a new car arriving soon, so look out for that. And we'll do a similar thing in just seeing how good it is in making a good muck wagon. So thanks for watching, and goodbye from me and goodbye from Otto.